The secret to Kundalini awakening and opening your third eye is to do nothing. Who gets that? Because when you're doing something, you're thinking, right? Oh, I didn't do that mantra correctly, or oh, that kriya was wrong, or oh, that I didn't sit properly in yoga, oh, I didn't do that, blah, 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 blah. But when I do nothing, and I just sit, and I remember. It's good to remember, no? Huh? That I am the Divine One. I am that which I am looking for. Tough one, right? Because you wake up in the morning and you go, who the hell are you? So, the ancients believed that after you couldn't remember that you were the one, you know, because we all can't do it, right? I said do nothing and you all went, what? We're going to do nothing? For the next 2 hours? 1 hour? I want my money back. Where's the mantra? Where's the Shakti part? What's happening? So after, when you come down from the thought that you might be the one, right? And you stop believing, then the ancients said that the best way to do it was to chant Om. The Mandukya Upanishad. Om. But not Om like Om, no, Om, no, 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 no. Om in your body. Om into Turiya, the fourth state of consciousness. So when you look at the body, we divide the body into 3 parts, right? So to open the third eye, we have to address all 3 parts. All this stuff down here. Desires, traumas, longings, all down here, right? Ichcha. Who has heard the word Ichcha? Ichcha. Ichcha. Then I get to my heart and I realize that maybe I might be a little bit divine. Little bit. Not too much. Jnana. Knowledge. Little bit of knowledge comes, right? Little bit of experience comes. Oh, my heart opened. Oh, I sat, I listened to Ananda and my heart opened. Thank you, Ananda. Now I got to go back and be a miserable sort somewhere. Then in the third part is when I cut my head off at Saraswati and I dissolve into ether and I become Akasha, right? That is called Laya or Kriya. So Shakti looks after those 3 worlds for me. Those 3 worlds are controlled by Shakti. But then if I go beyond that, what happens, Sushana? Sushana, what happens then? Little Sushana knows. I suddenly dissolve into the silence. So these 3 parts, the ancient seers of the Mandukya Upanishad said, this one, Ah. Say, Ah. Ah. This one, that's an Akara. This one, Felt good, right? Vagus nerve kicks in, bliss comes. And then I come to my third eye, rub your third eye a little bit. And you vibrate at the bridge of your nose here with the makara. Look at that. Serious lungs in this room. Who is that? It's you. So, by doing the three parts, Shishti, Sthiti, Laya, right? Creation, life, death. See how it goes? Is coming into being, existence, death, back to nothing. And then from that nothing I come back in, and I'm again. Each breath I'm born again. Sweet, no? That's what Om means. Om is to be born over and over and over again. And how do we do it? We go silence. And that silence is called Turiya. Who has heard Turiya? All of you. I don't know, my students can't talk. Go away. Turiya literally means the fourth state of consciousness. When you open your third eye, that's what comes. Right? So we're going to try together, right? Equal length. And then silence, hold it out for as long as you can. And close your eyes and look up into your third eye and go into Turiya. And feel yourself being pulled into a vast consciousness. Good? Take a deep breath to your stomach. And look up into your third eye. And hold it out. Put your tongue to the roof of your mouth. And keep holding it out. If you need to breathe, just take a little breath in and then blow it out again and then hold it. Now take a deep breath in, right down to the base of your spine. And clench your bottom. Leave the tongue at the roof of the mouth and look up. And suddenly things start getting brighter up there, don't they? A kind of new light starts to form. If you soften your eyes and you look carefully, maybe a circle will form. Hold it out for as long as you can and then breathe in. So when this breath is out, you're dead. Body is gone, flesh is gone, blood is gone, everything's just gone. And you feel light as a feather, don't you? Now bring it back down. And ground yourself in the earth with Muladhara. After a while, hold your breath out for about 90 seconds and DMT will kick in, all the chemicals will kick in, everything will kick in. Bliss will come just by holding your breath out for more than 60 seconds. But that's just a quick high. We don't want a quick high. We want a permanent conversion, right? So we went from knowing. First one, do nothing, right? I know. I am divine. Everything is divine. Oh well, I can't remember. So I Om. The next stage is Om. But that's so boring. There are no goddesses involved. There's no Krishna. There's no Shiva. Where's all the stuff? You know, all that magical stuff. I want it all. Where's Gabriel? They should all come and help me on this journey, right? So the tantrics called every sound that we create, they call it Shakti. Shakti. All of you have heard of Shakti. Some of you think it's power. Some of you think it's a goddess. Some of you think it's the divine feminine. It is. But it's primarily sound. The mantras, the bead sounds are Shakti. And if you look carefully at this picture, you will see 3 sounds first come into being in the universe. From the very first moment that Om comes out, the goddess Saraswati comes into being. And she chants the sound I. What is Saraswati? The river of consciousness flowing into me. I, come on. I got a tingling in my spine. Did you? Wait till we do all 3 together. Straighten your spine and let the river flow into you. The second sound, 1 becomes 2, right? All esoteric traditions. 1 becomes 2. Hrim and Shrim. Hrim is the in-breath to your heart center, the Hridaya, right here. Hrim. So it's like Rim, but you add a Ha at the end. Hrim. So imagine it coming in as and filling every cell in your being with Hrim. Hrim. And then when you breathe back out into the vast nothingness, it's Shri. In our school, we're printing a t-shirt that says, fuck it, just Shrim. That's our mantra. Fuck it, just Shrim. Because you don't have to hold on to anything. I Shrim, you Shrim, we all Shrim for I Shrim. That one. You can see I take this very seriously. So, what if we combine the 3 together? Would you like that? Aim, Hrim, Shrim, right? That means let Saraswati come, Maheshwari, Bhuvaneshwari come, and Shiva come into my heart. Shiva coming into my heart, fill up my being with life, and Shri Devi, Mahalakshmi, let her come. Let me go back to her. Oi, wake up. So we go. Listen to me. Aim Hrim Shrim, 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 Aim Hrim Shrim. But then we forgot Kundalini. So sitting at the bottom of your spine is another power who is saying, oh, my sisters are coming. Time to wake up and make love to Shiva. Right? It's going to go back up. So we utter the Bala mantra, which is Aim Klim Soha. So Klim Aim. Ooh, did I feel good? Okay, so this is the Kaula path to sexual awakening of your Kundalini. You're transmuting your sexual energy into Kundalini awakening. Right? So when you bring Saraswati down first, stir up all that stuff, and then you put it back out. Kleem is the sound of the sexual desire converting into Kundalini. Kleem. Even though sometimes it's prettily called the heart center of Krishna and all that, it's sex. Kleem is pure sex, no matter how old you are, by the way. You know, we have an 84-year-old student who's having orgasms right now. It's all good. It's all good. So what does it mean? It means I'm Kleem, I'm desire, longing. Kleem, heart center, wake up. So Kleem, Aim. Actually, when you chant Aim, Kleem, So in Sri Vidya, what are you meant to do? 6 petals of your yoni or linga. You touch yourself in the 6 areas. Aim, Kleem, So Kleem, Aim, Kleem, So Kleem, Aim, Kleem. This is the mantra for yoni puja. So if you want a woman or a man to worship your yoni, or if you have a yoni, you have a yoni too, I know. You know, everybody has a yoni, by the way. If you want them to worship yoni, this is the mantra. Yoni puja mantra, simple one. The basic bij mantra of yoni puja. Aim Kleem So. Why? Aim Kleem So Kleem Aim. So imagine 6 petals in your Swadhisthana and you're touching each one. Aim Kleem So Kleem Aim. In the cleaned up version they say tongue, heart, down there. It's not, it's all down there. It's all down there. But we're converting that energy into upward movement so we can open our third eye. By the way, you can't open your third eye unless you activate your sexual energy. Who knew that? Thank you. Graduation right there. But it doesn't mean you're going to have sex. It means you're allowing yourself to have desire. What does that mean? Anybody? Longing, that's an asuric energy. Desire means that I can wake up into this wonderful universe. You know that desire? That the whole universe is just waiting for me to dance with it. You know, if I long for Krishna, if I long for divine, I'm kind of begging. No, this is a dance. This is a cosmic tantric dance we're doing, right? So when we do Aim, Kleem, So Kleem, Aim, did you feel that? Okay, so what I want you to do, all you're going to do is put pressure on your yoni area or linga area. Just a little pressure. And don't worry, you're amongst friends, nobody's looking. You know, nobody is looking. Everybody, don't look. All right? Don't look. And by the way, if you do this, your third eye opens. What a weird connection. Isn't it weird? That means you become more intuitive, more clairvoyant, more laser focused in things you do. Both sides of your brain start acting properly, and you get siddhis. All these come from this activation. Not a bad deal, right? All you gotta do is chant Ain Klim So and you get it. In fact, all you gotta do is say Aim Reem Shreem Ain Klim So, Aim Reem Shreem Ain Klim So. That'll do it also. Right? But let's do Ain Klim So. I like that one, right? Put a little pressure. I'm not looking. Put a little pressure. If you get excited and you have an orgasm, it's not my fault. All right? Put a little pressure. And we go, Aim Klim So, So Klim Aim. Aim Klim So, So Klim Aim. Now, one thing I want to teach you is that saying so is an orgasm, okay? Because it ends with a ha. Anything with a ha. What does it remind you of? Phew! So when you say so, you're not saying sao, you're saying so. Get it? So. Ooh! Works, right? Come on, pressure, pressure, pressure. Put it, look at your third eye in your head. Look inside your third eye. Aim Klim So, So Klim Aim. Aim Klim So, So Klim Aim. Aim Klim So, So Klim Aim. So Klim Aim. Anybody need to have a cold shower or a fan or something, right now? It's a good thing right now. So, what I want you to understand is that the reason we can't realize our true potential, the primary reason, right, is we don't know how to shut up. Would you agree? The chattering mind, the overactive, so. I'm going to go practice this at home now. So, the tantric says that if I can control my body, the lower part of myself, if I can control my mind, still, be still. And if I can control my emotional brain at the heart center, right, the three. Control doesn't mean beat it up. Control means observing it, right? Oh, I'm getting sexually stimulated. How interesting. It's a better way of looking at it, right? Rather than saying, oh my God, I got to suppress it. How many Catholics, lapsed Catholics in here? So, I am not your traditional Indian mystic, okay? Definitely not. Definitely not. I came at this through psychedelics, right? I came at this through mind expansion, right? And I was born in Africa, of all places, right? So I'll just give you a quick thing. I was born in Yoruba land. That's me and my mummy. And then we moved to Sierra Leone in West Africa, where I learned about juju and black magic, right? And it was very powerful medicine I discovered over there. See? Boom, 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 boom. And, ooh, I gotta turn it down. So I grew up with ganja, reggae music, beaches, I was the only Indian kid in an all-black school. You know, talk about chameleon. You know? And yes, this is what initiated me. I was 18 and I smoked sensimilia. Who knows what sensimilia is? Yes, I. And I didn't stop smoking sensimilia for about 3 years, rewired my brain, went to design school in London, changed my life, right? You know, rewired me completely. And I became an architect. I'm an architect by training, right? You know, that was me with hair. Oops. But because I got my brain fucked up like that, as you all know, because you're all from the same group of people like me, there was no Swami in my life, that's for sure. These were my first gurus, the books, right? All of you have read some of these, or at least one or two of these. Come on, you've all read them, right? I even read Cyberpunk, and I was reading all kinds of shit, you know. And I became an architect, and then that's me on acid. Oh my God, I had this shaman friend. His name was Daniel from Goa. Daniel, he just give me good shit. But then he brought this serious acid, man. And we had this 3-day trip. And I saw things I should not have seen. I saw worlds I should not have known. I saw the veil parted. But one thing that came out of that was that I came out of it and said, fuck, I want to do that without medicine. You know that feeling? So I've spent the last 22 years doing that. Kind of not taking medicines, right? I'm not agnostic. I'll happily give you medicine, you know, because you need to see it, what is happening there. There's some good shit going on over there in your brain that you need to know. But I can take you to the thing without the medicine now, like I'm trying to do with you today, right? Beginning to taste altered states of consciousness, geometric patterns, shapes. Now, did I find God? No, I found Goddess. Fuck me. It was Kali. It was Lakshmi. They came. I wasn't expecting, well, I did, because my father used to worship Kali. And he was a Vivekananda Bhakt and a Ramakrishna Bhakt. So we had Kali in the house. So the first archetype that comes in my head is Kali, obviously. You know, tongue sticking out. Yeah. You know, there she is, right there, sitting there in the golden one. So the acid trip took me to various teachers. And I started studying. I started taking initiations. And I want to read you something from Abhinav Gupta. Here, read this. I was like a bee going from flower to flower, collecting the nectar of each of those branches of tradition in order to make them all into the sweetest honey in the honey pot of my heart. So what was my mantra? Be your own fucking guru. Make sense? Right? Because a guru is meant to be an initiation, to teach you. And then they're supposed to get out of the way so that you can wake up yourself, right? Then they can help you, but they're not supposed to stick around and give you a system. They're not supposed to stick around and take your cash, right? So I'm the anti-guru guru. Does that make sense? And the first awakening I had in Kundalini was in New York, of all places, Upper East Side. I mean, fuck's sake, if you're going to have a Kundalini awakening, couldn't it be in the Himalayas or somewhere? You know, why wasn't it an exotic location like Sedona or Himalayas, you know? Upper East Side, cramped apartment in a Jewish building. I was an honorable Jew because I was rent stabilized, so I had to lie and say I was Jewish. All of you get that, right? My name is Rosenberg, okay? Raja Rosenberg Chowdhury. And I saw that. Right? No acid ever gave me that. Never. And it didn't come just like that. It came in parts. Like some of you saw, this is Yogananda's picture of what happens, right? All of you know, if you have studied Kriya Yoga, these are the parts you see in Kriya Yoga, right? But I saw it differently. I saw an iris first. Many of you saw this today? How many of you saw this today? There you go. You're on the path. Then I saw a cosmic vagina open. Look at that. And I went into it. And I wasn't scared. It was beautiful. And then, boom, it exploded. And it was like a Ganesh sitting in front of it. Right? I'm an artist, so I get to make all these things up. And then it became like this. This is what I see now. Quite something, isn't it? But I go into it. So then I came, it was really funny because that happened in 2006. And I found myself saying, all right, maybe I should meet some people now, right? So my wife got pregnant. She's also Indian origin. And she went on a trip to India. We were in New York. And the doctor said, you can't travel. You have to have the baby in India. So we flew to India. And we moved to India. And I said, okay, 2 years. I'll meet the gurus and I'll come back. 14 years we fucking stayed there. I mean, Jesus. I hated it, but I loved it. It was, how many of you have been to India? It's a complete love-hate relationship. The country sucks, but what beautiful people and amazing culture and history, right? It's like a weird combination, right? Politics, corruption, bad road, nothing works, but joyful. Good food. I don't get it. I live in New Jersey now, in Princeton. Not the same food. So I met him. I'd been chanting that Ka-e-i-la-ri mantra, right? Yes? And it was his mantra. He gave it. I didn't know. So when I got to India, I found out about him. And his name was Guruji Amritananda. He was, at the age of 48, he was a quantum physicist. And he quit at 48 and had an awakening like I did, bigger. And he started building a city to the goddess called Devipuram, right? Which is where I took my initiations. So I am a guru in the lineage of Devipuram, okay? In case you're wondering of my credentials. But I don't buy it, so screw that. But he was my teacher because he was the kind of guy you could talk to about anything, right? Even though he did the rituals and the practices, he could talk about psychology, he could talk about, a modern man, And he had modern daughters, 3 daughters. The entire temple city is now run by his 3 daughters, right? The only temple city in India run by women, right? Amazing, right? There you go. It exists. It's called Devipuram, run by women. Something else, huh? Mukta is an initiator of Devipuram, so she knows. And this is the goddess that we see. She comes with dots sometimes on her face, right? Raja Rajeshwari, Lalita Tripura Sundari, she was the one that caused my awakening. But then I went further and I took initiation into the Kali path, Kali Kula, because of my Kali connection. My first awakening was Kali, right? Initiation in, who knows who this is apart from my students? Anybody know this is Ma Tara? Okay? Tara. Tara is also sitting there. Her name is Tara. Ma Tara is the goddess that takes you from the Manipura chakra to the third eye to the heavens. She holds your hand and takes you. She's the same in Vajrayana Buddhism, Tara, the green Tara, the white Tara, same one. But in the Tantric Tara, in Shaktiism, she's a fierce blood eating. She eats the blood of your ego, cuts your head off, and takes you to the other side. Right? That really messed me up. Right? Now it really messed me up. But it woke me up again, you know. But then she came along, Mahalakshmi. Right? And that's how she looks to me. Isn't that nice? Shreem. Come on, say it with me. Shreem. 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 That's how she feels. So this is a beautiful quote that says, the world is full of magic things patiently waiting for our senses to grow sharper. You agree with that, right? So what I discovered in all this adventure was two things. One is, you got to get rid of your old stories. Because they're the ones that hold you back, you know? If you want to be a famous musician, you got to get rid of all the old stories that stop you. You know what I mean? And open up a door for Mahalakshmi to give you that beautiful grace, right? And it's the stories that hold us back. The other name for the stories is karma. Karma is a fucked up word because it's taken on so many meanings now, right? But what karma really means is every thought and every action I do. That's all it means. That means if I think a negative thought or a limiting thought, that's my karma. If I say my ancestors did it to me, that's my karma. If I say my parents treated me badly, that's why I'm a failure in my life, that's my karma. I've told myself that story. Everybody agree? It's the stories we tell ourselves, right? So this goes back to doing nothing, right? So the art of doing nothing is an actual needs training. Right? Because it's very difficult to do nothing. Just sit for 1 minute and see how long it takes you before a thought comes into your head. Come into my head if you like. So the first thing that happens when you try to do nothing is your head starts throbbing. Because it wants to think. It's desperate to think something. It's desperate to make a meaning out of this last thing we just did. Raja did the Makara, and that vibration was at 432 hertz. So I felt good. Right? So Tantra says that the reason you have karma is because you've forgotten who you are, who you really are. Is that nice? So you have to be your own guru so that you can be a light in the world. But I want to show you the karma factor. So it's like a veil, parting a veil, opening doors for yourself. So the path of the tantric is a very lonely path. Isn't that weird? Yet you're surrounded by people. But you have your little cave and you sit in it in your head. No? And it's nice to have your own cave, isn't it? Protected by the goddesses. Nobody can fuck with me. But then I come in the world and I sit here with you. I listen to my daughter. She's 15. I have to listen. So the tantrics say that he or she who dares to enter the womb of the mother is a Veera, is a fearless, peaceful warrior. And you have to do it alone like a samurai. So, because to be a tantric means that you have no religion, you have no ethnicity, you have no culture, you have no gender, you have nothing you belong to. You abandon all crutches, all identity, and then you go into the womb. Powerful idea, no? What do you think? Powerful? Very powerful. So, are you willing to get rid of everything? Probably not. So this is karma looks like that. We call them the three granthis, the three knots. Brahma granthi, Vishnu granthi, Rudra granthi, right? The three knots. That means if we don't cut our Gordian knots, we stay in our stories, right? And why do we have these knots? Because of this ignorance of who I really am, avidya. When you're born, you don't know that you don't know. So you're perfect. Then you know. And that's it. You're fucked. Agreed?
Yep.
And not only you know, you're being told by others what they know that you should know. So karma is fulfilling desires to try and overcome that stupid ignorance I have. I'm going to eat that food, I'm going to drink that alcohol, I'm going to take that drug, I'm going to go into that relationship, I'm going to fuck myself. Right? So, everything else you've heard about karma, just forget for a second. No past life, no samsara, forget all that. The tantric, or the person whose third eye is going to open, has to get rid of all karma. Right? But first let's get rid of the bad karma. All the stories we've told ourselves, all the limitations, all that shit, right? Then leave the good karma alone because it's pretty nice. You know, I do good, I hug you, I feel good. You know, I help others, I give you money. You know, like, don't ask me. I feel good. Mama bear, there you are. Looking after your kids, right? You feel good. That's good karma. But even that's, the tantric says that even that's holding you back. Weird, no? Even good karma holds you back. So the tantrics say, this is the deepest teaching of Tantra, okay? Bhakti. Sorry, Ananda. Mantra, puja, church, temple, pranayama, yoga, all are for ordinary human beings because they help us to get rid of karma, right? Because you go and do bhakti, you feel good, you try and do good in the world, you try and do good, right? You pray, please God, save me, and I'll be nice if you do that. You try and do good karma, right? So that's called the path of the householder, the path of the ordinary person, right? We call it annavopaya. Annavopaya. Okay? The second part, all of you are practitioners of it. Mindfulness, meditation, concentration, where you see the divine in everyone, in everything around you. You try, right? It's outside you, but you still kind of feel it, right? It's the path of the meditator, right? And the third one is the path of the mystic, our path, which is that I am divine. So when you read a book like the Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, which is the ultimate manual on how to open your third eye, it teaches you in all three, little bits of all three. I can do it through Shreem, or I can do it through just watching my breathing, or I can do it by saying, I'm divine. Not bad. Which one do you feel you are? Which one do you like? My friend, what do you like?
I am divine.
You are divine. You look divine. You got my head. Hillary, what do you think? Which one do you feel drawn to?
Path of the meditator.
The middle one. Why does that help you?
Because when I get silent for a long, long time, I really feel divine inside me.
So shutting down helps you open that door, right? So the tantrics say, practice all three. Do all three. Do the ritual, do the puja, do the bhakti, do the kirtan, do everything. But don't forget who you are. And then do Kriya Yoga and concentrate on the third eye and boom, you know. You know what Hatha Yoga means? Who knows what Hatha Yoga means?
Sun and moon. Sun and moon.
No. Hatha Yoga means willful yoga. Did you know that? Hatha is willpower. That means I will force my body to stay still so that I can become awake. Did you know that? That's what Hatha Yoga means. It was developed by a group called the Nath Sampadaya, Gorakshanath, in about 14th, 15th century. And they were very popular amongst monastics because the monastics would go and stand on one leg or do Hatha Yoga postures and hold themselves in that posture so that they would overcome the body, overcome the mind and willfully pull Kundalini up in some way, right? Now today it's practiced all over the world and I love it. You know, if they knew their origins, man. But Hatha Yoga is one path. It's a very masculine path. The sacred feminine path, that's my Barry White voice, by the way. So, this is in Auroville, in Pondicherry, in India. Have you been there? You must go to Matri Mandir. This crystal is there. Mother, Mira Alfaza of Auroville, of Pondicherry, was Sri Aurobindo and the mother had an ashram there. And then they built this city called Auroville, where it's beautiful. It's like a Sedona, but integrated with no money and everybody lives together. You know, imagine all of Sedona lived with no money and a barter system. Wouldn't that be nice? Right? Eventually, right, Gio? It's coming. It's coming. So Sedona is a kind of model of what Auroville is already become, right? A city that thrives in self-sufficiency, grows its own food, has its own power, you know, it's half European and Westerners and half Indian mixed together. It's a beautiful place, right? And it was designed by the mother, and this place is in the middle of it, the Matri Mandir. It's a third eye awakening. So seeing yourself in the third eye, how many of you felt like you were looking at a light coming into you? Did you feel that? That's the grace of the Divine Mother pouring into you. Isn't that nice? So, as you can tell, I am a tantric who follows the sacred feminine path. Because the masculine religions have not given us much good. Even Hatha Yoga is good, but it's still masculine. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? The sacred feminine is always about my body is a temple, the world is a temple, my third eye opens, brings me to grace and magic. How can you not want to do that in this world today? Right? Forget what you call it. You don't have to call it Shakti and Tantra and all that stuff. Right? You want to live like that in harmony. And that's a sacred feminine part. Shakti. And Kundalini is a Shakti. Who knew that? That Kundalini is not chakras or a power. It's a goddess inside you, waiting to be awakened. Aim Glim So. Come on, put your hand in your knee. So Glim Aim Glim So. So Glim Aim Glim So. So Glim Aim. So I'm going to teach you some kriyas now with mantra that will help you open your third eye. You want to learn? Or are you done for the day? Shall we call it quits, or you want to learn? Vote. How many of you want to learn? Good. What time is it? What is it? Bas! We'll be here till at least 11. Or until they throw us out. All right, we have good time. We have good time. So I'm going to teach you a series of mantra and breathing techniques that initiates you into this awakening. Okay? And I'll teach you a particular type of tongue movement that, if done with mantra, opens the third eye. Okay? The full form of it is called Khechari. But we're not going to do Khechari. We're going to do the Uvala Khechari, which is we're going to touch the tongue to the roof of the mouth in a particular way, right? Many of you have done Kriya Yoga, many of you have done all these kind of things, but we have integrated it in a very unusual Shakti Tantric way, right? That I want to share with you. So, for the next half an hour, I need you to accept me as a guru, so I can initiate you. Would that be all right? Do I have your permission? Yes? Guru just means remover of darkness, that's all. I will give you something, and I want you to do something, that for what you receive, I want you to go and give donation to a girl child charity of some kind. Okay? Is that agreed? That you will all go and give a little money to a charity or an organization that looks after girl children. Agreed? Good. I'm not going to go into the neuroscience, but that's what the fucking neuroscience looks like. This is what's going to happen to you. So we start with Parashakti, all right? Look at that picture. That is the gateway we are going towards. Okay? The black hole, red-orange circle will come. And today, it might come for you today. Whatever comes, embrace it, love it, but know you are going into the womb of the Divine Mother. It's a new interpretation of the third eye, right? You agree? It's a completely new interpretation. It's not a new interpretation, it's an old one. We just don't talk about it. So, clench your butt and just say with me, aham, as you're cutting your throat. Aham. Look up at your third eye, close your eyes, tighten your bum. Aham. How many things I wanted to show you, but fuck it. We're going to learn to do this today. This is called the Yoni Mudra or the Jyoti Mudra. Okay? Have you learned this? Good. But we always start with earth. Yes? Earth. So, everybody sit straight. Can you hear me without the microphone?
Yeah. Yes.
I come from loud genes. All right. The first mudra we're going to do is called the Ashwini Mudra. Right? Ashwini Mudra means the mudra to control my flying horses. That all the senses fly away from me, so I'm going to control it. Right? How do I do it? I clench my bottom and I pull my penis or my vagina back and I lift it up. Okay? So it's going to be like, watch me. Hold. Tongue to the roof of the mouth, clenched bottom, clenched everything, and then okay? That's 1. We're going to do 9. Are you ready? So, test it out, clench your butt. For men, swing your penis back. For women, pull your vagina back, like a pull. And then lift it up. And then touch the tongue to the roof of your mouth, clench your neck backwards, and then hold it up like that. Okay? So, let go. Rub your hands. Put your left hand under your bottom and your right hand on your Visuddha neck. And create a circuit between Muladhara and Visuddha. So this comes from Hatha Yoga. Original Hatha Yoga. This one, right? Ashwini Mudra takes control of the Muladhara. Right? So clench your bum. And now rotate it like a, imagine like a volcanic lava going round and round and round. Come on. Feel that lava and say the sound LUM. LUM. Is it getting hot? LUM. Come on, get it hot. LUM. Yummy. When we do LUM, we are asking Muladhara with his 4 petals to take away all my negativity, or ground me in earth, remove obstacles, remove my fear, remove my anxiety, my dark shadows, remove them all. Muladhara, right? LUM. See, suddenly everybody is doing now more. Get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. LUM, LUM, LUM. Suck up cool air up your spine and hiss it out like a serpent. Feels good, no? So that's Muladhara. Second one, Swadhisthana. Put a little pressure on your yoni, penis. I'm not looking. I look up. Put a little pressure there. And feel a liquidy feeling as if serpents are wriggling. And say the sound VAM. 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 And put your 2 fingers on your agya, close your right nostril and breathe in with your left. Like, breathe in. Now close it and open the right and breathe out. Breathe in. And out the left. But I want you to visualize something with me. Look at me. I want you to visualize that as you're doing that breathing, a serpent rises up the left side, crosses at your agya and goes to your right brain, crosses over to your left brain and comes down the right side. You want to try that? It's a nice one, right? So, again, breathe in, cross over to the right side, over to the left and breathe out the right side. And in, and around and out the left. One more for good luck. And out the right. Thumb up. Push it against your belly. Imagine that you've got fire in your belly. Little higher, that's it. Push into it. And I want you to bellow out the belly like 3 times and then breathe out with your nose. Let's do it 20 times. 3 in, 1 out. Imagine a fire bellowing in there. Ma Durga's fire is bellowing. Rub your belly. And hold the Linga Mudra, push in and say Ram. 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 Roll it like a roaring fire. Ram. Ram. Good. So if you do these 3, you conquer your Brahma Granthi, your first knot. Okay? We chop the first knot by doing these 3. Why? Because we take control of our fears, our traumas, our stomach. We take control of our sexuality and our fluids, and we take control of our inner fire in the belly. Right? Now all these have names like goddesses and all have come with it, but the key principle is the biology brain has to stop. Right? Not bad. You feeling lighter? Feeling lighter, right? Now put your hands on your chest and cross your hands over and lean forward. And I want you to really focus. Slow down your breathing, slow down your heart rate, and I want you to start feeling a pulse start pushing against your hand. As soon as you feel the pulse pushing against your hand, let it throb, let it throb. Keep your eyes closed and imagine a beam of light coming up from the ground, through your feet, through your Muladhara, up to the heart center, churning around and round and round at the heart center, going up through your head, up into heaven. And then down from heaven, pillar of light coming down, into your bindu, down to your heart, churning, and then down to the earth. And keep that pillar going up and down while you feel the pulse of your heart as you lean forward. Feel the throbbing, and let the throbbing go through your hands, to your arms, your body, your back, your head. Everything starts throbbing. Throb, throb. It's not like a heartbeat, it's more like a throb, like a living jiva throbbing, throbbing, throbbing. Feel the throb. Lean forward slightly and you'll feel it even more. Push pressure on the other hand and you'll feel it more. Throb, throb. And at that cross where the hands are crossed, I want you to imagine a beautiful white pearl. Lovely white pearl of Mahalakshmi with a golden linga in the middle. White lotus, 12-petal lotus opening. Yum. 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 And take that white energy and send it to every cell in your body and heal your body. Yum. Yum. And now I want you to imagine that around your skin, there's white light inside, but around your skin is a golden light, like a sheath of golden energy all around you. Visualize it, feel it, a golden energy all around you. And let that golden energy grow into an egg around you by chanting Shreem. 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 Look at me for a second. Look at my head and my third eye and give me your energy and take my energy by pointing your arms forward, hands forward, and say Shreem and send your energy through your heart center to me. Open your eyes and let it flow out of you. Imagine your golden light is filling the whole room and all our hearts are now connected. Streams of golden light going from me to you, from you to everybody else in this room. Healing energy is going to everybody. Send your healing energy to everybody in this room. Feel the bliss of as if the mother is surrounding you with love and holding you and just giving it out, this beautiful energy. Come to your throat. The sound of the throat in Tantra, Shakti Tantra, is hum, not hum, hum. Say it, hum, hum, hum. And it represents a very unusual visual. Parvati, the goddess, Mahashakti, Parashakti, cuts her own head off so that she can release the Sushumna energy straight up and no obstacle of the brain to interfere. So I want you to imagine that you're taking 5 breaths up your chakras to your throat. Move your head back with the hum. Move your head forward with the hum. Rotate your head and cut your head off. You want to do that? It's a good one, right? But what you do is you do this mudra. You wrap your index finger like this and you hold the thumb with the 2 fingers, the ring and the middle finger. This is called the Rit Mudra, Hridaya Mudra, right? So I want you to imagine that you've got the mudra and that's opening your heart center to the throat, hum. And as you breathe in, back, forward, rotate and cut your head off. Hum. Nice? You want to try it? Stops all thinking. So do the Om in. Om, Om, Om. In your mind. Om, Om. Back, Om. Forward, Om. Rotate. Hum. Back. Forward. Rotate. And hum. Back, forward, rotate, and hum. Now if you rub your third eye and look up there, you'll start seeing a bluish color will form. How many of you are seeing blue? Blue? Half? Good. Blue. This is the color of the Hamsa. Keep swirling the head there, swirling, swirling, swirling round, and look up there. So I'm going to help you see the place you're going to create the portal into the third eye, okay? Put your thumb out in front of you, look at the thumbnail, now lift it up just above the crown of your head and look at the nail softly. And mark that spot. That's where the portal to the mother's womb will show itself. Close your eyes and put your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Sit up straight. And I want you to take a deep breath in with the sound hum to your heart and then release it sa. Hum. Sa. Sa. So it's like a hum and a sa. Hum, sa. Hum, sa. Keep looking up at that spot you marked. Hum, sa. Feel the light forming there. Hum, sa. Hum, sa. Keep gazing. Now do it quietly. In some traditions they say Hong Sao. We say Hum Sa. Good. Keep going. Keep looking up there. And just rub your head again and see what kind of lights form when you rub your head. Maybe you'll see a northern lights. Maybe you'll see a blue circle forming an iris. Maybe you'll see nothing. Doesn't matter. So the next hack we do is we're going to look up at that spot, but we're going to close our ears and our eyes with the pinky. Just with the pinky and elbows up. And just now listen and look at the blue color forming. And say the Hamsa. Sa. And listen to the inner Om forming. You want to hear an inner Om. An inner Om will form. Om. Just look up there. Om. 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 Beautiful. Put your hands down and gaze up there and listen to that chant and imagine something is pulling you towards it. You're going into the womb of the mother as I chant it, okay? You're being pulled into the womb. Chant with me. Now, push the tongue to the roof of the mouth and just click it out like Ma Kali and stick your tongue out like this. Make a click with the vacuum and then stick it out and bite it to help it stretch it. All right. Push it against the roof of the mouth, taste it, and you will see a kind of earthy, sweet taste will begin to form at the front. And keep tasting it. Om. I'll chant, you just listen. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. So the form of Shiva that sits here giving us this healing is Rudra. We're summoning Rudra to help us heal our body so we can go through to the other side. Right? Later on, if you do work with me, you will learn about Matangi and Varahi. They help you do that even better. But that's different. That's much longer. So, look up there and roll your tongue back to the uvula and open your mouth slightly. And now breathe in like a ujjayi breath. Holding the tongue and tighten your butt. And now bend your head forward slightly and hiss it out like a heesh. Keep your eyes on your third eye. Again, roll the tongue back. Now I want you to imagine, as you're breathing in, a cool breeze going up your spinal cord. And warm liquids pouring down the sides. Cool air going up. And warm liquids coming down. Cool. And this time I want you to feel as if a tickling feeling is going up the middle of your spinal cord. Tickle, tickle, tickle. And now hiss it out. Come on, let it tickle you. We're converting sexual energy into third eye energy. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Now I'm going to show you a trick. We're going to do the Yoni Mudra. See this picture? Look at the picture. You're going to put your index finger on your eye, middle finger on your nose, ring finger on your upper lip, pinky on your lower lip, ears closed, and you're going to raise your elbow and you're going to look up there into the third eye, and then push your tongue back and hold it and look. And hold your breath. And look up there into the third eye and see what happens. Sham, sham, sham. Take a short breath and do it again. And hold the tongue back while doing it. Sham, sham, sham. One more time. And look up there and enter the yoni of the mother. You're being pulled in now completely. Okay, now look at the screen. Imagine that the mother is sitting above your head, pouring in her nectar through that hole you have seen. Close your eyes. Kailarim Hasakahalarim Sakalarim. Now look at the picture. Soften your eyes. Kailarim Hasakahalarim Sakalarim. And now do the Jyoti Mudra again. And this time the mother will pull you in. Go for it. Index finger on eye, nose, lips also covered. Yeah, that's it. And push your ears in and lift your elbows right up. You can hit each other, it's okay. Nothing will happen. Sham, sham, sham. And just keep looking, asking her, Mother, let me in. Mother, take me to the other side, Matara. Stream, stream, stream. Now rest your hands on your knees and look up there and you'll see the rings forming. Squint your eyes a couple of times and you'll see the circle forming. Shri, golden light will come. Shri, a dark center. Shri, focus, soften your eyes. Shri. Aim Lim Zom Lim. You're entering the womb of the mother through her vagina. Aim Lim Zom Lim Aim Lim Zom Lim. And I want you to take that light and vision you have seen and bring it down to your heart. and collapse it into your heart like a black hole, like a round and round. All the senses are being pulled in, all the thoughts are being pulled in, all the vision is being sucked in, and let it collapse into your heart. Your skin is gone, your flesh is gone, your bones are gone, everything is collapsing into your heart. All that light is streaming down into your heart. Shri, Shri, Shri. This is powerful medicine, no? Good medicine, no? But I don't want you to think of, you can see I'm no ordinary guru, right? Like, now you must all lie down and I will come and sprinkle water on you. You know, fuck that, man. I want awakening. I'm giving you a preview of what you can do. Now, if you want to practice, that's up to you. If you don't want to practice, what can I do? As Mukta says, I'm a very cruel teacher because I just leave it to you. Even though I have strict discipline on myself, but if you come near me, I'll give you strict discipline. This is because I come from a martial arts background, that's why. There's another brother with a martial arts background. Are you jiu-jitsu? No? Yeah? No? Kung Fu? Which form? Yeah, nice, nice. I could feel it. Who else is martial arts here? Yes. Which one? Ah, grappling. I find that people who do martial arts or warriors make very good Shaktis because they have the discipline and they also know their power, so they know they don't want to use the power. Men who are abusive don't know their power. They don't know how to handle their power. But people who train know their power, you know? This is training, right? I didn't get here by some grace of God. I got here by grace and will. Oh, that's a comedy. Will and grace. But it is true. Because every tantric knows that you can only go so far with willpower. If grace does not come to meet you, it's not going to happen. So the magic is in the Shakti. The willpower is the Shiva side, right? Like Hatha Yoga, Kriya Yoga. But then the Shakti comes and says, hello darling. So what I want you to think about this is that, think of it as if you just took an acid trip with me, all right? It's true. You saw psychedelic experiences, you saw some geometries, you saw some colors, maybe some eyes came at you and looked at you and went, hello, you know. Some elves came, you know, little angels came, I don't know what came. So you've been given a taste of where your consciousness could go if you allowed it, right? Does that make sense? So that's what I want to offer you, is that what I'm offering you is not some magic formula that's going to get you to the other side. You're already there. You just keep forgetting over and over again, right? You just keep forgetting. That's Ma Chandi, Parvati, in the way I experience her. That's Ma Chandi from Devi Puram. And she's the one who comes in my dreams and slaps me around. She's very nice, you know. And that's how I normally feel it. And that's how it feels when I'm in the third eye, you know. But then it goes into that whole multicolored thing, and then. But what I want you to understand is that opening your third eye to visual cortex, like DMT experiences, is not the end game. The end game is the lightness, is the bliss, is the ananda that you feel. Are you feeling ananda? That feeling like something is holding you. Loving, warm blanket of the golden light of the mother holding you. Don't you feel like that? You feel safe. You feel protected. You feel loved. That's the Ma Shakti we're looking at, right? So when you open your third eye, the visual part is always just a teaser trailer for the bliss that's coming. Does that make sense? So I'm in the business of bliss. I'm not in the business of psychedelic geometries and lights. I'll give you those, why not? But the bliss that comes, ananda, ananda, ananda. My namesake is right there. So what I want you to understand is that definitely use these techniques that you learned, or come and study with us, or whatever you want to do, but get past the illusion of this game to the ananda, to the bliss. Because the bliss state, which is the Turiya state, will be where you will rewrite your story. You're not going to rewrite the story in the psychedelic visions. Those are like reminders of who you really are. So they give you a taste, right? But then if you get caught watching the movie, you're not going to come back and change your life. I used to go to self-realization fellowship meetings, and people would sit in Jyoti Mudra for an hour, right? So what the fuck were they doing in there? You know, did they change the world? Did they come back and save Sedona? You know, what did they do? The gurus came. Fuck! That's not what it's about, right? It's about my life. I want to get a better life. I want to help the world. I want to do something important. Or even if not important, just good. Right? Thank you. So I'll teach you a simple mudra to protect yourself. Those already in the class know it, which is hold your hands up, rub your thumb, like with your index finger, and say I'm. Then rub your index finger with your thumb, clean. Then rub your middle finger, so. Then rub your ring finger, so. Then your pinky, clean. And then rub your both hands, I. That is nyasa for the hands. That means everything I do is graced by the mother. All right? My hands are now activated. But then I want to protect myself. So I build a kavach, armor. I'm going to build an armor. So I do the same thing. I touch my heart, I. Then I touch my forehead, clean. I touch the back of my head, so. I cross my hands, so. I take all three eyes covered, clean. And then I go round and I hit my hand. I'm. And then I go Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha, Om. And round, bam! Digban. Whom must try a putt?